So I'm going to move on to the next demo, and then we can continue with this, because I think I'm running out of time. So the second thing was the augmented reality whatever thing. And basically what I have is, you all have seen, oh no, here, I need the, yeah.
Drop the mic. Use your hands.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nick. Basically what I have here, let's close this. Start it again. So I have a shapefile. For those of you that it's a shapefile, it's a very common geospatial format. And I changed it to KML using GeoDemos, just so that I can show it in something popular. So let's look at that. It's basically a shapefile of some parcels in Mexico. And this is an interesting area because there were some kidnappings done in here. And I'm not going to tell you what we did the demo for, but it's related to that. And basically, you have the parcels and you can look at it. That's cool. Obviously, if you see this thing here, you're familiar with Google Earth. That means that they drove their car around there. So you can, click in there and you'll get into Street View, and this is what, Street View looks like. You get nice little pictures, and, you've all seen Street View. You can turn around, whatever. What you may not know necessarily is that all the snapshots that you get from Street View are actually originally in video. So it's video. When they're moving around this whole thing, it's video that they're recording, and what they're showing you on the web is snapshots because it's really, streaming video can be intensive. A lot of people start using it. Then you have to figure out, I'm not gonna do these jokes. So, it's just, it's not what they're doing. So, turns out that I have a little tool here, and I grabbed one of those cameras. One of our partners grabbed one of those cameras, same ones that they used from Immersive Media, and we recorded the exact same route. So we have the shape files for all the polygons in that area, and we have a recording of what the video might look like. Not might look like, what it looks like. And so it's like, what can you do with that? What if you actually have, the video and you combine it with shapefiles? In this case, I'm using shapefiles, but I could be using, I'm using GeoDemos, so it could be a KML, it could be a, okay, let's stop there for a second, just so you can see it moves around, right? So it's a video, right? So you can move around a video, you can see it, people moving around. And I have the shapefile, and because I'm using GeoDemos, it could actually be any geospatial format, Oracle Spatial, SQL Server, I'm gonna stop it there. Oracle Spatial, it could be whatever, right? And what I have here is, I'm looking at the Shift G. So that's the vector information as far as, the shapefile. And if I press play on this thing, you can see the car moving, right? One thing that I can do is, if I'm rotating here, so let me move back here, I'm rotating here, and I'm looking to the right, and I look here, then I can look at that, right? So that's kind of cool. What if I stop, and I go here, and I right-click? So it turns out that one thing that I can do is query the shapefiles. So if I can do that, that means that as I'm walking in and the video anytime, I can basically turn around at some point, right-click there, and see, in this case, when I'm seeing calle means street, so it's the street that I'm looking at and the parcel that I'm actually querying as I'm moving around in my video, and I can basically query that one, or I can query that one and find out which ones those are, and I go back over here and I can do the same. I can change my let me scrub it back here. So you can see it scrubs back and forth. Maybe I want to click that guy. I can go back here. And another thing that I can do is, this is a demo we did 2 years ago, but the other thing that it's missing is really, superimposing the parcels themselves and just showing it on a video as you're walking around and, clicking in, what's the parcel there, what's the parcel there, here, and zoom out, zoom in, whatever, right? So what I'm trying to show you is that basically you can start, and it's not perfect, there's some problems with it, but it illustrates the point. Any questions?
You said GDAL?
GDAL. So that's the data abstraction library that I'm using to pull out the shapefiles. GDAL. GDAL. Or GDAL. However you want to pronounce it. So
the video is being recorded in 360 degrees.
Yeah, you can turn it on at any point, and you can actually, if you scroll down, you can sort of see the people getting. Let me turn that off because it's annoying. You can sort of see the people like turning around and being like, "What the hell is that thing on top of that car?" It's kind of cool, I think. You can sort of zoom in and zoom out. They had it. If I had a mouse, I could probably get it better. She doesn't know, but she is. I'm actually looking at her. Where do you live? Where are you? So that's what we can do with that. So that's the second demo, and I think I'm almost out of time. What was the third one? Machine learning. I may have to skip it.
No!
Hey, what's going on? No, I'm actually almost out of time. I'm going to show it really quick, so I'm going to have to boot into Linux for that one. And you could probably figure it out, I just don't have the time for it. So anyways, what we have here is just your standard 3D globe. And this is backwards, and now it's right. Okay. So, what we have is same thing as Google Earth, imageries, tiles, and whatever. I'm not going to get into that too much. But the interesting stuff is that, once you got your things in this environment or whatever other environment, you can start experimenting with other open source tools. So one thing that he used was a support vector machine. And basically, we did some work together. And yeah, I'm going to show you something. Training thing. So, never mind the controls. They're developer GUIs, very pleasing to the eye. We'll go over here. So, what is it that you do if you remember your machine learning stuff? Basically, in a support vector machine, you can train it to recognize things. So you show it things that are the things that you're looking for, and you show it things that are of a different type, and the support vector machine, gives you back things that match to a certain percentage of confidence, right? So in this case, for example, say that I'm interested, right here I just click, and I'm creating that as one type. So I'm saying that is of type 0. And I'm saying these things are of type, let's get some green, 1, right? I'm gonna move this. I got it. I'm gonna select an area, and I'm going to say, kind of like, look at it, tell me what it is. So what I can do, basically, is, now I have a raster, and I have a second output raster. And what I can do is, basically, I've recognized certain features, and I can say, oh, everything that is blue might be matching to the ocean. And everything that is red is actually matching to things that are land. So if I could do, so you can do automatic extraction of features, right? Yes?
So what are you using here? Is this OpenCV or?
It's something, yeah, it's similar to OpenCV. I mean, you could do it with OpenCV too. Yeah, it's open source. So, so okay, fine. You can do that with that. The interesting thing is that now I can use the same training data and use it in a completely different area, right? Let's see if I have this here, San Francisco. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and I'm going all ramble on this and seeing if it's gonna work. And it sort of works, right? And all of a sudden you can do it for a whole bunch of different areas, and it's kind of nice. So, fine, what else can I do with this? So say that we've been working on this particular area, and now I'm not interested in finding things that are water, I'm actually interested in finding things that are trees. So, let's clear the training data. I'm going on, let's say that I'm going on this area here. And I'm interested into creating this type is what I'm interested in, and this type is not what I'm interested in. And then I go and I select the area, and that's cool, and I click recognize, and boom. All of a sudden, I can recognize trees, right? So what if I actually want to create a third type? It's like, ooh, this road right here looks interesting. I want that road to be of a third type. So I go here, and I select an area like that. You right click, and I get all the stuff. Multitasking, right? So now I actually have that, and I can grab those, I can turn them into vectors, and you can do automatic extraction features. And it doesn't have to be in that particular area. You can go to a totally different area right here, select it again, and it's like, okay, fine. So you can recognize certain things that are one color and other things that are other colors. So it's like, you may ask me, what is it that you do once you find, oh, come on. I recognize, and I may actually want to put real objects, right? So what you see right here is that I recognize those things, and I can start putting 3D objects where they're actually placed, right? So, if you don't believe me, I can do it on a different area.
Yeah, it's all smoke and mirrors.
It's not smoke and mirrors, dude. It's totally. Okay, you point the area. I'll put them in there. Here, there. Okay, this is the last time I press these things because I'm tired. There you go. These trees placed in the right place. And that's it. All right, Josh, any questions? While Josh gets set up and. So that's a support vector machine. Just search for support vector machine libraries. You'll get all kinds of libraries.
What?
Support vector machine, SVM. Yeah. Or OpenCV will do something similar. Yes.
Yeah.
Have you been trying to ask a question for a long time? I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah. So for HTML5, I know there's a geolocation reporting that'll give me lat and longitude.
Yeah, he mentioned.
Anyone know if this is for audience? Anyone know if I could get compass heading, or which direction they're facing from that, or if anyone's standardizing on that?
No.
No. Great. All right. Cool.
There you go.